Hello, friends. Here we go. We are live, we believe, on Facebook, YouTube, everywhere at once. And here, yes, we're very happy that we actually have a little studio audience here. Some wonderful friends who've been joining us. And my very, very beloved Heather is over here, who's going to be monitoring comments and so on. I do want to apologize in advance in that we appear to have some issues with the video syncing up with the audio.
Yeah.
I've been working on that for a while with the tech support from StreamYard, who does our streaming. But I hope if that is in any way disturbing to you, maybe you can draw a hot bath, just turn up the audio, listen and enjoy. Because enjoyment is what being with Steve is all about for me.
Being here is the enjoyment. Being out west with you, yeah. We're coast to coast.
Yeah. The only difficulty I have with Steve, to be honest, is that he lives in upstate New York and I live in Oregon. Other than that, we have a very perfect musical brotherly
but all
relationship.
Is well, because whenever we play together, there's that sangat, there's that connection, that sense of just really mingling our musical voices and our hearts and our love of this music, all together in one. Yeah. Well, shall we?
We shall.
We shall. We thought we would open and close this evening with the wonderful Esraj that Benjy plays. So our first piece, Esraj and flute, Rag Charikeshi. Rag Charikeshi, a beautiful melodic contour that really combines the open quality of the lower part of the scale and the more mysterioso quality above.
Steve, when we're talking, we might want to be a little closer on the microphones to make
Okay.
sure people hear you.
Yeah.
But I hope you heard all that. It's beautiful rag, Charukeshi. And what do you think? Should we start?
We shall start. We shall start.
I love playing with you.
Oh, I love playing with you. What a marvelous instrument, that esraj. A delicate lady's instrument
It
in the hands of our wonderful Benjy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my understanding that it was a very popular instrument, especially among the upper caste Bengali women around the turn of the 20th century.
That's right, for Rabindranath Tagore
Yes.
music. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I understood he said that there were certain things that could only be performed if an Esraj player could be found.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And Yogananda played the Esraj. And so did Sri Chinmoy, who of
And
course
Sri
was the
Chinmoy,
person who
yeah,
brought like John
that's
McLaughlin.
right.
It's kind of
Yeah,
a,
yeah. It's such a vocal sound.
yeah.
I think Esraj and Sarangi have this completely vocal quality that no other string instrument has, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
Well, what would you like to play next?
I think we'll
Steve G?
continue, and you know, we had to play that one from G as a tone center to accommodate what really gives the Esraj its full tonal capabilities. But now we're sliding back down to D, which is really the preferred Bansuri for kind of a full exploration of a raga. And we're going to do Rag Padip.
Padip.
Padip. This is, it's that time of day out here, kind of late afternoon, lingering light in the autumn here in Portland. So I think this is a good one to play at this time. Rag Padip. We'll do a short stepping into the raga on the flute, what we call alap, and then Benjy will join me in Rupak Tal.
Rupak.
7 beats, and then goes to 16 from there. Yeah.
you, Steve G. Thank you so much, Steve G.
Thank you. Just playing here, we've played so much music in this wonderful space. So many beautiful Chantal pieces.
Yeah.
And whenever we get a chance to do something on this classical side, which we love so much.
Yeah. I know some of you have probably heard this story, but I had heard about Steve for at least 20 years before we actually got to meet each other. Mostly through the Europa Institute, and I was in Boulder a lot, and I heard, you've got to hear this guy, Steve Gorn.
And I, of course, knew about Ancient Future and Benjy's whole history with that wonderful group. Yeah.
And then suddenly, come
Fate.
January of 2001, we were united at last at the recording sessions for Krishna Das's Breath of the Heart CD, which was in itself, quite the gathering, unbelievable time, really.
Rick Rubin
was producing that. That's right. We had Rick Rubin in the control room. Of course, Ty Burho, my wonderful tabla brother, was there playing tabla for that. Yeah. And Steve and I used to find ways to sneak off into corners and practice Indian classical music together. And I had brought my tablas because I thought I might play some tabla. Yeah. And I remember KD didn't know that I played, and he came and he caught us one time, caught us in the act of playing some Indian classical music. And his eyes got really big, but I think it worked out well because he asked me sometimes to then play with him on tabla too, because he knew me as an Esraj player. And of course, Steve, well, the flute and the Esraj, just such a sweet combination.
Goes well together.
Yeah.
Goes very well together.
So what would you like to play next?
So we had talked about doing a short version of Sham Kalyan.
Sure.
Beautiful early evening raga. Sham, Krishna, also Shamko, twilight time. And I like this one because, I'm going to just turn this up a bit. It really reveals how, you could say just 3 notes gives you a window into what's going to happen in this raga. Just those notes. And if I add on, you get the whole shape. And something different. Leave it at that.
So from where we're sitting, it looks as if we're having some people chiming in a little bit here and there with comments, maybe questions, ideas. Lots of love. Oh. You see, that's the answer. You know, enough of the questions. Now we know the answer,
Give us
man. It's
the
always
love.
love, man. It is. It's so true. Oh.
That's great. Well, wonderful. Thanks so much, everyone listening. It's such a pleasure to, as you all know, I live on the East Coast, and to be out here and just share time with Benjy and Heather, and Sean Furnett is here, is a wonderful bass player, and Shantala. It's just great. It's really a big part of my world to be able to come out here and drop in to what's going on with you folks.
For the better part of 20 years, you know, we
For
got
the
to be
better part of
together
20 years.
sometimes twice a year,
Yeah.
out east sometimes
Yeah.
by you, and then here. And then not for a while, as we all know, we couldn't get together. I thought it was very special when Krishna Das came here in October of 2021. And you were
We did
here
a
at
session.
the
Yeah,
time.
we were
had
here,
no
yeah,
idea, and he
yeah.
decided he wanted to do his live stream
Yeah.
from here, same place. And we got to play
Perfect
then.
timing.
Perfect
Yeah.
timing.
Got to play with him, yeah. Okay, so maybe one or two more. I was thinking that we should play Rag Shivranjani. There's a strong Shiva presence in this house, as we know. And we'll treat it as a little bit of what's called a ragmala, where we can lean into some other melodic contours, different ragas while we play this one. And this one is in Sitar Khani. It's kind of groovy Tiantala.
Groovy Tiantala. Let's check my tuning really quickly.
Yeah. Give myself a little more volume. So I can't help but saying, am I off the reverb? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That last little bit was a little cameo of a piece I did years ago called Afterglow on the record Colors of Mind, which, among other things, is part of Breaking Bad.
Wait. Colors of the Mind.
That piece.
Bonsuri.
Yeah. Afterglow.
That piece.
Yeah.
That piece on Breaking Bad?
Is on Breaking Bad, yeah. It's when the anti-hero, Jesse, has to go into rehab. So that one gets heard a lot.
Wow.
It's great. It was great to sneak it in there because it's got elements of Shiranjani in it,
yeah.
and then it just kind of expands out from that. Yeah. Yes, the first piece on Colors of the Mind. Yeah. So we're going to play some Esraj, yeah?
Yeah, sure. We can have some more Esraj. And should we do some? Maybe what? You start with.
I think we had
Bhairavi? You want to do some Bhairavi?
Some Bhairavi, and then we'll morph into the piece that Benjy and I birthed many years ago called Priya Gita, the Nightingale, where we found a wonderful mix with the Esraj and the clarinet.
Yes, yeah.
But we're going to start with the Bhairavi. We did that the other night and it felt like a very good connection.
So I'm going to take a moment to tune before we go into this. I usually find things work out better when I do that.
Thank you, Benjy.
Thank you, Steve G. And Heather is over here. She's been wonderfully supporting the comments and things that are coming in. Thank you so much, sweetie, for doing that. And it looks like you wanted to say something. So,
Somebody did want to find out if there was a donation link, and I'm unable to engage in the chat on YouTube, only on Facebook. So
oh,
Forgot about that.
no, we did forget. Well, this is a wonderful thing, this music. Of course, we wanted this to be able to be free, but if you do want to donate and help support, we have a Venmo, which is at Benjy and Heather Wertheimer, and I think it's Benjy and Heather Wertheimer. Or you can also Venmo us at info@shantalamusic.com. And the same would apply if you want to go for PayPal. If you send a PayPal to info@shantalamusic.com. And if you have a techie behind the scenes, or sometimes in front of the scenes, who forgets to put the links, then this is what happens. Yeah, if you want to email us from the Shantala website, we can help you there. And
Can you put the link in the chat? Oh, you can't do
well, not on YouTube, huh?
it. No?
Yeah, okay. But so yeah, if you're on YouTube, what we'll do is, if you want to, under this video, when it posts and stays up on YouTube, what we can do is we can put the information there as well, because we had a little text that we can put in, we can update. Thanks for thinking of that, and it was so kind of you. And I believe there's also, let me just double check that Venmo information so that I'm not wrong.
I just put it on Facebook.
Oh, you did on Facebook, okay.
Benjy, capital A-N, Heather Wertheimer.
But there's also a
Dash
Heather Wertheimer, okay. I'm sorry we didn't think of that sooner, but,
No.
well, it's just so much of a joy and such nourishment. It fills me so much to play this way with you, Steve.
Pleasure
And
to be out here and do this live.
I know to be able to do this
Yeah.
live and be able to share it with people all over. Heather, did you hear, were there any comments that had any questions for us, or?
the one about payment. Lots of sweet words of appreciation.
Yeah, oh, well,
Thank you all.
thank you.
And just stunning, Gorn breathes judo from the clarinet.
Oh, that's
good.
exactly
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, that's the idea. The mission is to make it sound like something otherworldly, not like a clarinet.
It worked well. Oh, that is? Oh, sweet. So I guess at this point we will call it an evening,
Yes.
and hope we have a chance to join each other in a way like this again very soon.
Do you want to talk about the kirtan programs coming up?
Sure. For those of you who, like us, live up in the Pacific Northwest, in a couple of days with our beloved Sean Frenette, who's here in the studio with us, playing, well, bass and 3-string guitar and singing and doing amazing things with socks that have shakers in them. And, he's just such a brilliant, wonderful, fun musician. And of course, my beloved Heather, we're going to be doing a kirtan tour that will take us first to Bainbridge Island, just a short ferry ride from Seattle. We're going to be playing at Dayalu Yoga Center there, it's a beautiful place, the Dayalu Center. We've played there over many, many years. And then we're going to make our way from there up to Bellingham, Washington. So we're going to be playing Saturday, this coming Saturday, on the island, on Bainbridge. And then Sunday we're going to be at I believe it's the Center for Spiritual Living in Bellingham, Washington. And if you want the details, of course, please go to the shantalamusic.com website. And all of the info is there. And we're so glad that Steve is joining us for this. This is like a dream quartet configuration. It's like so sweet to be with Sean and with Steve. We go into these wonderful places together.
I did want to say, if people are on the East Coast, after this wonderful time out here, I'm flying back east and really involved in a very fascinating workshop in Rosendale, New York at Sky Lake Lodge, the Buddhist Meditation Center. And it's a program called Dharma of Space, Dharma of Sound. And with my longtime Naropa colleague, Steve Chlorofine, we're going to explore movement in space and deep listening, sonic awareness, all in a contemplative context. And wonderful opportunity to really dive into that work with some exercises that we have. Love people.
I'd like to go.
Attend that. Come on, yeah. It's actually on my website, stevegorn.com. There's a link to explain more about the project. Yeah.
Well, we want to thank all of you who are listening and watching out there for the great gift of your loving attention. And we really feel you in this room. It's kind of a wonderful thing, even though I'm reminded of actually some things that came about when we were reaching out during the pandemic times.
Yeah.
There were these ways we could forge connections that at first didn't seem possible with people literally globally.
That's right. Yeah.
And this felt like this today with us playing in here. So thank you so much. And I hope our paths cross again, either here online or in person very soon. And I wish you all very good health, good fortune,
Well-being.
sending lots and lots of love to all of you. And soon again, Steve, we have to do this a little more often, I'd say.
Thanks so much, everyone.
Thanks so much for joining us. Bye for now.